mikä on maalattu tuolla. Just about right. It went live. Okay, great. Smooth transition again.
Okay.
Great. Also click unmute. There we go. Now you should also hear what we are hearing. I'm teaching our Talvana here to configure our stream. Good evening everyone and welcome to today's episode of Forgotten Roles. We have 5 nerds here playing Dungeons and Dragons. And further ado, I think we could continue. Great. Where we left off? We left off at the city of Ulop. And you traveled through some hardships from the shallow passage, western sides of the shallow passage. And, well, you took some dwarven people with you who were starving and kind of stuck between the mountain sides. And here you are at the city of Ulop. You weren't greeted with the most welcoming party here, and, well, the guards let you in, but pretty much said that you are not too welcome here. Just keep moving in the closing days and you'll be fine. Don't cause any hardships to the townspeople. The town itself is on the almost southern side of the rural Calitran area, and ships come and go quite all the time, and, well, streets are quite busy, merchants, etc. I'm amused. What are you doing?
We are tracking shadow.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Great.
Use the microphone. Shadow is in there. There's one.
Ah,
There's one.
nice. Great.
You can't see it from here, but on the camera it's like...
Yeah. Okay. No one probably noticed what you did. Maybe. Okay. Let's continue. You find yourselves from one of the many city shops where the kind of a shopkeeper welcomed you, and kind, welcoming, grateful joy that he...
May we have a microphone boost?
You may have some microphone boost. I think you are fine now.
Is it better now?
You're still kinda quiet.
Yep.
We are still quite quiet.
Well, we can figure it out pretty soon. Yeah. The shopkeeper is quite nice towards you, and you already made some trades. Do you want to continue? The man itself is tiefling of a kind. Kind of long, circling horns. Skin, dark toned, eyes, glimmer various colors. The shop's quite dark. It's hard to tell what he actually looks like. The jewels caught up and then put on the horns are nimbling, making sounds as he speaks. Well, anything else?
Do you have any potions?
Ooh, I might. I do. What kind?
Healing potions, mainly. Do you have any other kind?
I might. So, looks at you. Looks questioning where's the money? But okay. Take some casks from the bottom shelf. Puts them on the counter. So 2 kind of a sturdy baskets full of potions, various kinds. Nothing you recognize, pretty much.
6-pack, 12-pack.
6-pack. Most important question.
Of course, travel package.
So here we have. You wanted healing potions. We have 3 minor of a kind. Looks like some various others. 2,500 for these and 50 gold each for the potions, but the rest are probably out of your league.
What
So-
now?
What?
How much for the minor potions? Minor healing potions?
50 gold.
50 each.
50 each.
May I draw insight?
Sure.
And maybe ask Diabra if he knows anything about prices
Potion prices.
and potions
I'm
in
not a
general.
merchant. Why would I know?
Well, yeah, you never know. So it's just a moment because I forgot my laptop. It's 18.
Yeah. Looks to be telling the truth. Not pulling you in fun ships or trying to make fun of you. So,
I have a good longbow and short. Can we make a trade?
for 1 sword and a bow.
Yeah. This bow is at least 50 gold.
Let me have a look.
It is my unused bow.
Is it a longbow?
Yes, longbow.
Let's see.
£2 and cost 50 GP.
I think I might be able to... Let's say you buy all 3 of these and trade me the bow and give me 100 gold and we're fine.
I don't have 100 gold.
So bow, sword and 100 golds.
I have 36. What do you got?
I have.
Nothing.
Well,
Poor bastard. Guys, you don't happen to carry, let's say, 64 gold in your purses about right now? Or more stuff to sell?
tell you what,
Hmm.
those costumes I showed you previously,
Yes.
2 of those, the better ones,
Hmm.
and this lovely pouch of cinnamon.
I just gave you that.
I know.
Like literally 30 seconds ago, right?
Well, you said spice is life.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's been
but
a
I have
week.
tons. I don't need it. I trade, I don't buy.
What else? Actually, I have some droll claws.
Troll claws.
Interested?
Didn't I buy the Hellhound
Yep.
Yeah.
gloves
Yes.
from the other?
Yep.
Also troll claws. Let me look.
I hand 5 claws.
They're quite big. Almost the size of your whole palm, and can't really make a jewel out of this. Oh, that sting. Takes a breather. Where did you get this?
Inside the shallow passage, there was infestation of trolls.
So that's why no one came here from there recently. Good to know. Is the passage open?
That information costs you.
The passage is open.
I'm not gonna say anything. You need to buy that information.
I'm going to insight you.
You say that?
So, okay.
So
I
my
drew-
deception.
Yeah, I drew 5 plus 4. So, deception, please.
Okay. Now let's see. Be good, be good, be good, be good. Where is my deception? Oh shit. 1! God damn it!
So, the passage is open. Good to know. Whistles. From a back room comes a little boy running. Looks at him. Quite scruffy looking. Clearly some kind of a beggar or so. Just comes. Yes, master. And they talk for a while. The shopkeeper whispers something and looks at you.
Try to hear that.
Sure.
Perception. What the fuck is with these shoes? That's 7.
7. Okay. Nada, you can't hear anything but some mumble.
May I also try?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. 14.
Just about you hear a few words like the ruins, the passage, but nothing else. You are only able to recognize the words with like loud S. S. Passage. But nothing else. And the boy and nods and just bolts away. Back to the back room and disappears. So,
Well,
100
he's
coal.
dead.
100 coal.
I mean, he's gone.
He's gone. He's gone.
I got
So-
no handy. I have only the longbow and the short sword. Then I'm able to sell. So 1 potion.
Well, maybe we can get a better price from another shop.
There's only me selling potions here. Nice try though.
Yeah, but I mean, for the other gear we are selling.
Business is blooming, I don't mind. I'm the only one here with potions anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to that the ruby or jewel you were shining in the mines?
Yeah. Tiab has been clearly preparing with the brazier to do what he is about to do, and just shows you the jewel. Crystal actually is not jewel.
Shiny.
Let me have a look.
Would make a good jewel.
Looks at it. Can you describe it? What it looks like?
It's just a small bluish crystal. Nothing fancy.
Wasn't it worth 50ish gold?
No.
I think
No.
it's the one I found from the.
Oh yeah, it was yours. Okay, so it's just a basic jewel.
Yeah, basic crystal. Nothing fancy.
Yeah. Well, I could. Maybe 1 gold worth.
Give it back.
7. Nice try though. Again.
Yeah, still. At 1 potion for the longbow and the short sword. I got nothing else to give you.
10 golds. And all of those items you mentioned. To be honest, I'm only going to get 25 gold from the bow. It's a good deal.
Okay.
Great. Takes the bow, takes the short sword, and your gold.
And we got
So, 1 potion. 2 to go. How about you, Kinsman? Wanna buy?
It's quite pricey.
It is. It's also very healthy for you if you happen to need it for a dire situation
healthy health spells.
Of health.
of health.
No, I need to write that down.
Well, as I said, I don't really have anything else to offer than those costumes.
Too bad.
And some
Takes the
gold.
potions away from the counter.
But,
puts
and
them-
some gold, but
Come back. Tell you what. You come here back, spread the word. If I hear about you spreading the word, you get 45 golds. The potions, I mean. You don't get any money. I get the money, you get the potions. Understood?
should be okay.
Great.
What was the shop's name again? And your name, of course.
Michael Chest. J-A-S-T. Michael Chest. And the shop's name, the Glorious Joyful Traveler. Without the glorious, of course. Joyful Traveler.
I made you play in my little book.
Yeah.
I think I can manage some sort of commercial.
I'd expect nothing less. So, is Morkran and Diab in the building anymore?
Morgan is looking for a more adventuring kind of a shop.
Yeah.
Tiab is preparing for them with the brazier.
Are you outside?
Yes. Because I really don't want to carry that outside. That makes no sense. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it in the shop while they are bartering.
Yep.
And what to do takes 1 hour.
Okay.
I'm ritual casting Coin Familiar.
Great. So, do you do anything else, any of you? If no, we can get back to Morkran. So, what you trying to find?
Some kind of a shop where I can buy adventuring gear.
Gear. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you find a shop where two swords are crossed in the emblem. It doesn't have a name, at least on the front door. Looks like it. Something you get your items on.
I walk in. Can I just look around if I see what I need, or are they like stashed behind some counter? So I need.
What are you searching for?
I would like one portable ram, ball bearings, caltrops. A tent would be nice. Some soap. I think that's it.
So, a portable ram, some
Yeah.
ball bearings,
And caltrops.
caltrops. Are they
Yeah.
like the spikes on the
Yeah.
ground
Yep, the
things?
ninja stuff.
Oh man, you're making this hard.
Isn't he saying that the whole shopping is allowed, so... What?
Yeah.
Or just looking for the items?
They're not. The tent's quite visible there. The ball bearings, you can probably find them quite easily. What was the first one? Portable ram.
Yes.
Yeah.
You figure out that it's like your height, your weight.
No, I think it should be like kind of small,
Like log.
like FBI thing, you know.
SWAT log.
Okay, great.
There is such a thing actually. It adds 4 strength to my
I'll check it.
like door breakage abilities.
Okay, I'll check it.
It's not an actual like castle gate
Yeah,
breaking
yeah.
ram.
Yeah, okay. That's odd. Great. You get into the shop. There's a sturdy looking man behind the counter, just fist under his chin, looking at you.
I seem like I know exactly what I need. I check the stuff around. If I can find it, I carry it to the counter and say, "Hello there. I would like to get these."
Just you stuff them on the table. You find everything except the portable ram and the, was it caltrops?
Yeah.
Caltrops. You find everything else.
Okay, so I took, if I can't find caltrops, I took four bags of ball bearings.
Okay. The ball bearings are in a kind of a big ass glass jar, just piled in it. Quite heavy to lift. So you're looking for anything else?
Do you sell traveling rations?
Not in this shop, no.
Well, then I think these are fine for me.
Great, so 4 sets of ball bearings, that'd be 1 gold. You got a
Sounds
tent.
reasonable.
You got a tent there, 3 golds.
Okay.
And what about the rest? What did you have?
So,
Soap? Okay, that's just 4 silver. It lasts a long time.
sounds reasonable. And if I if I found whetstone,
Whetstone?
yeah,
Like for
I'll take
sharpening?
one of- Yes,
Yeah.
for sharpening my tool.
Yeah.
My tool.
That would be 4 silver also.
For a whetstone,
Yep.
I can pay 2 silver most.
3.
You drive a hard bargain. Okay,
I do.
3 silver it is.
3 silver it is. Anything else?
No, thank you. I think this will do it. So seven pieces of gold and 6 pieces of silver.
I think the calculations are somewhat correct, yes.
There you go.
Thank you. Pockets the coins and just keeps looking at you.
I stuff everything to my backpack and walk away. Have a nice evening.
Yes.
Can I find arrow?
And after that, Morgan will try to find the rest of the party before venturing forth.
Yep. You can buy arrows 1 gold a piece. One gold a set of 20 arrows.
Okay.
I think that was the price. Ish. So, what do you want to do? You have made it out of the eastern rural Calitran that you were jammed for quite many years. So, actually, Tiab, you succeed with the summon. What are you summoning?
Yes, I'm summoning a Fey
Owl.
owl. Yes,
Okay.
and it's not a beast; it's a Fey. So I can choose. It cannot be a beast. I can choose between fiend, Fey, and celestial. So it will be a Fey owl. The spell doesn't specify how it appears, but it coming out of the fire would be kind of weird. So I'm thinking it flies from somewhere and lands on the roof of the shop.
I think the summon actually just pops. Like it's
It's a spirit.
yeah, it's a kind of a spirit creature that you are creating. Technically, let me think. The spell's name was
Find familiar.
Find Familiar. Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly that's exactly it. It just pops. You can call it in, you can call it out whenever you like, and you can,
Change the shape.
kinda, but you have to resummon it. So okay, we
Yeah.
can discuss the
Yeah,
more
but-
specifics later.
Yeah, the owl pops out of the fire into existence, and I sent you a picture in code. I can show it in my tablet here. How it looks like. It looks like that.
It's an owl. With
Yeah, so
I don't know
a
what-
white owl with blue eyes.
Okay, so you take the spell weave around you and you gather it around into the cauldron, the brass cauldron in front of you. The spell weave, you can see it glimmer like boom, 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 just boom, 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 just burn out in a quick motion, and a small owl sits in the cauldron.
goes like,
I didn't know that you speak owl.
Yeah, you don't, but this thing is the regular owl. I offered my hand to the owl so it can perch on it.
Yep, the owl
And
just brings his head close to you and takes a warm cuddle to your hand.
yeah, And yeah, leaves it out of the brazier and thank the shopkeeper for letting me use his brazier.
Yeah. Shopkeeper. Huh. That's quite interesting. Does it have a name? How did you do that? Can you sell it?
You know that
It's not.
I cannot tell you that, sorry.
Oh, but you can sell it, then unsummon it, and keep the money.
I can hear you.
I wasn't there.
I can still hear you.
God damn it!
He doesn't have a name yet, but he will in time.
Beautiful little creature.
Thank you. Will be much fun.
Great.
And yeah, and I turn to leave the store.
Yep.
I'll follow. I was making still those notes on my little notebook.
Yep. So you hand out back the brass
Brazier.
brazier and
I return to him and leave the store.
yep. Great.
And when I leave the store, I reach out my hand and let the owl take flight. And the owl lands in outer trees. Of course, there's trees around because it's a forest.
Yep.
Yeah,
There's a
and
forest,
owl-
forest around, and there are a few
Yeah.
trees here and there in the city premises also.
Yeah, so the owl lands a nearby tree, but so that it's not like painfully obvious that it's there. So it's like sort of obscured by the leaves if possible.
Yeah. Lands there and just keeps staring at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. So Mokran, you find the rations you were looking for. Take some time though, and you are not able to find the rest of the items though.
It's okay.
Great.
Should we?
It's Morgan McCorvey.
Or
Yeah, I'll buy 4 rations, so it's gold, right?
Yep. It's alright.
And yeah, I'll find the rest of the party again after I have found the
Yep.
rations.
As Morgan comes back, I ask of him, "Did you buy rations from somewhere? Good some else?"
Oh yes, I did indeed. That way. There was a nice lady. He gave me a pretty good price.
He a man of said first you said she's a lady, but then you
Oh, well, she looked like a lady.
okay.
Dude looks like a lady.
I think we can get.
I don't really understand human ladies. They are quite ugly, in my opinion. They are way too like they don't have enough hair for my tastes.
No chest hair or beard or
Yes.
anything you can find from a dwarven female.
As I was saying, I think we might be able to get the rations from the inn.
Oh, that's true.
Probably.
So
If not, we can go to
Yeah.
that shop you went to.
Yep. You can do either way. Just tell me what do you want.
Well, I don't need any more rations. I'm up to go to the inn straight away.
Well, if we can get the rations from there,
I think we can.
Yeah, then let's just go. Oh, and
More.
where are our
Do
group
we
of
know
little
where
fellas?
there's an inn?
Scattered all
There are
around.
some city guidances. You can find some signs telling which directions going where, and some general notes. Inn's one of those.
Well, Morgan at least heads towards the.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
Okay, there's an inn called Merry Rams.
Marry or marry?
Mary. Someone might get the reference.
Rams. French rams. Not lambs.
So, the sign on the front door, it's a huge oak door, just has some fine carvings into it. It has been chiseled somehow, you're not quite sure, but there are two ram heads, like, facing each other and staring down each other. And the door is quite heavy to open. Quality door.
Quality.
As we leave for the inn, I telepathically tell my family to follow us and perch in a nearby tree. Because when I'm within 100 feet of the family, I can communicate telepathic.
Okay, the familiar takes off, circles around you, quite high above, and just lands. Keeps an eye on you.
Yep.
Great. So, do you go in?
Into the
Morgan walks in.
Hey, in.
Kebra
Okay.
looks,
The inn.
Kebra glances at the familiar and goes in as well.
The inn itself, Merry Rams. It's joyful. There are some scents flying, going on around. You're not quite sure what's the smell. Maybe some cinnamon or so. Again, that damn cinnamon. And there's a fine white marble counter just right in front of you. All the walls are marbled, finally the ground's marbled. Pretty much it almost hurts your eyes as how white this place is. There are some flowers cleanly put on the desks all around, and there are no people eating at all here. There are a few tables around, but no one's here.
As Kebra goes in, he glances at the roof.
You do what?
Glance at the roof.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Yeah. You glance at the roof. There are two chandeliers hanging. They are kind of making this vibration from the emote you opened the door. Some air came in. And they are making this fine cling, 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 cling sounds.
Okay.
So yeah, you in for a room?
Who's talking?
There's a man behind the counter. The man, human male, just standing there and looks quite fine. Has a kind of a what looks somewhat a tuxedo. So
Tuxedo man.
yeah,
A butler.
nose up, looks down at you.
Try it. tall?
He's about your height.
Oh my. That's tall. How much for lodging and food?
How many of you?
Well, at least us and
2. How about you lot?
I mean all of us. 4. And what about them?
Yeah, I have no idea where they went.
Yeah. So I think it's 4 of us.
Yes, 4 gold each.
What? No.
We have the finest baths downstairs. We have some nice scents here in the bathrooms. You may want to take some air from his nostrils, and you may want to take a bath. You stink.
You hear that? We stink.
You stink.
Well, after the shit show of a couple of days ago, no wonder.
Shit show.
Did Morgran notice any other signs? Other maybe?
Any other signs
Yeah.
about other inns?
Yes. Maybe cheaper one.
Not really.
Okay. So are we staying here?
I'm not.
I have a tent.
You have a new tent.
He has a tent.
The innkeeper goes. Right.
It doesn't have baths downstairs, but it has a roof.
Oh.
But we have the bath.
Yeah, I'm not paying for gold for lodging and a bath.
Although your establishment is very nice,
Oh,
I think,
I know.
yeah, the 4 gold too much. So, yeah.
Tell you what.
I also like the scents here, but I'll rather buy some throwing axes with 4 gold. Thank you. Anyway.
You
Morgan
could-
also.
Use the sand. Yeah.
Tell you what. 2 coats each. And I'll have a gig.
You'll have a gig.
I'm a traveling musician and poet.
The man leans forward. Where are you from?
It's missing the sipping sound effect.
Yeah.
Did you have a flask actually?
Yeah. Ferguson.
Ferguson. Where is that?
It's like
Please throw deception.
deception. +9, so it's 17.
Oh, yeah, okay. Continue.
Yeah, it's far to the east.
Far.
It's like
There's
months.
mountains there.
No, it's past the mountains.
past the mountains. There is Epiode, there is Fethiye,
Yeah, farther than that.
there's sea.
No?
I have the map here. We can look.
Yeah. But you don't know that there's like this small island over, just off the coast.
Are you from islands?
Well, it's a silly place.
I didn't know anything would survive the
That's why I have the
Black
best
Sea.
stories to tell to your customers.
Tell you what, if that is true, 2 golds each. But really take the bath before you perform. It's not good for the
Gladly.
customers.
So,
What's the show about?
what do you want it to be about?
That's not how
There are
performance.
adventures, love stories. What do you want to hear?
Adventures.
Okay.
With a hint of love stories.
Love adventure.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think I can manage that. Yeah.
2 gold each. Shows tonight. Get a bath.
Morgan is walking from the door where he was waiting for the other guys. So
Oh,
are you staying or coming or?
I managed to get our price down. It's 2 goats each.
Arr. 2 gold.
Mr. Pirate can sleep in his tent.
Morgan might have some piratey blood in him. So.
Piratey blood.
Tiabra is still at the door.
I guess I can, but pay 2 gold if I can get a proper bath.
Does that Tiabra is in from the door and yells from the door? Does that 2 gold include food?
Yes, of course. Dos.
So then seems acceptable. And he comes back in also.
Yeah.
And as he's moving from the door, he tells his family to keep an eye on the inn's door.
So,
Yes,
4 bets. 4 foods. Tell you what. Claps the hands twice. 2 servants come from the kind of behind the counter. There's a curtain they open and they just heads down, come to you, start stripping your backpacks, etc. away. Takes your jackets and they stink. Yeah, and the man on the counter shush you and.
So you give them a proper wash. The clothes. Not us. I can manage to get the wash myself.
I would like a proper wash.
For a moment, I really hesitated. What do you mean?
Thanks.
So the 2 ladies that came behind the counter, they just look at everyone else but Kalmus and sure, the clothes. Looks at the man behind the counter. He nods. Yes, of course, sir.
Thank you.
Take your backpacks, and kind of the most outer layers of your clothing, and Well, the baths are downstairs.
Do you have an armory where I could fix my equipment?
This is a fine inn, not an filthy armorer.
Oh, too bad, too bad.
There are barracks nearby. Just leave them there. I'll, for a price, get you a proper fix. Doesn't cost much.
How much is? Not much.
Mumbles like under breath, cheapskate, but 10 copper.
Sounds good. Just take all the rust away and make sure that everything is sharp.
Sure.
Morgan starts to go towards the bathhouse downstairs.
Baths.
Bath. He can see an open there.
Camus will also go to the baths.
Great. You probably all go because you have been kind of stripped.
Yeah.
Yes.
Outer
Equipment.
layer of clothing.
Yeah.
Well, leaves all of his other stuff, but refuses to leave his stuff behind.
Yeah.
Take him into that.
Okay.
Is it
Say
bath
staff
area?
or staff?
Yes.
Stuff or staff?
Stuff.
Stuff, okay.
Yeah, stuff. Yeah, but, he will not take it into the bath, but will take it in the bath area.
Okay, great.
Morgan will also hold on to a dagger.
Are you just keeping it here?
Tucking-
Yes.
tucking
Great.
it between
Hide it in your beard.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
I'll make an hair thing and then push the dagger through it.
You have a long hair.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So
Like
you
a
all
geisha asses.
so you all get to the baths, and well, it's a nice place. There are 7 just baths there. Various scents: cinnamon, lavender, some various oils, some scents you have never even smelled. You take your time. Do you want to do anything special here?
Wash myself.
Not that kind of special.
What the heck?
Okay.
We are going to a bath, and what special things do you have in mind?
Yeah. No one else is coming in or going out. It's quite empty. If that's all,
A proper bath, that's all.
Yep. You finish up. You are guided through a different kind of a entrance where you came from, directly into your rooms. You go 2 stairs up and find your rooms. The whole layer is pretty much in your use.
Oh, what?
What's the like
Floor?
building floor? Yeah.
Sorry. Are those servants or somebody there?
No, but your gear are laid pretty much in the 4 rooms that you are taking. Your armor's
Well,
cleaned.
Morgan puts on some clothes and takes his hand axes with him on his belt and goes to look some food downstairs.
How about others?
Food would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, Leopard also goes for food.
Yeah, nothing much. I'll take some of my stuff, like my dagger with me.
Okay.
Yeah, Leopard is always carrying his stuff around. Stuff.
Staff.
Not things, the staff.
The staff.
Staff.
The staff.
Stuff. Always carrying my stuff
All the
around.
stuff, or
Okay, great. You all go downstairs, and it's the same area. There's the counter, and there are a few tables, and the tables are cleanly set for 2 people for 1 table, and there are some nice, like, candles, giving off some various scents, and the air here is kind of a moist from the baths you just took. It's not like fully waterproof or moist proof, so it's quite humid here. And you are laid some what looks some kind of a bird, small birds, their eggs most likely, and just some fine looking vegetables.
Well, that's nice.
Any fruits?
And some fruit.
Do I recognize the bird? Is it quail or chicken or?
Look into it.
I investigate my meal before I eat it.
Yeah.
I don't want to get poisoned.
I'll just start eating.
It's a 1.
Yeah.
It's been paid.
Can't
I'll eat.
can't really tell what's that, because you have never seen a bird like that, and it's prepared somehow. Can't really tell.
I cautiously eat it.
Tastes good. Marvelous.
Good.
Good food.
Morgan digs in.
Yeah, we're also.
As you stuff food into your mouths with 2 hands, you can hear behind you from the counter. Shows, gestures.
I'm actually using the utensils
As am I.
because I'm
It just-
civilized.
Is it just Morgan
Yeah.
eating like a barbarian?
Morgan notices this and slows a little bit down.
Approving nod comes.
So slows a little bit down, but still doesn't use the utensils.
Yeah.
I'll take the utensils. I'll use them.
Teaching dwarf table manners is like teaching dog to speak.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Oh my.
Okay. So, do you discuss anything?
Well,
Morgan is asking about the islands again. The last time I don't think you told much.
and
Only that you are forbidden to talk about.
yeah. So why are you still asking?
I'm interested. Never have been to any islands except the prison island.
Tell me about it. So no, I'm not gonna tell you anything about the islands.
So,
It's okay.
it's an island. Word by a forest. That's special.
So you lived in the forest your whole life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So you climb a tree every night, or how does that work?
What do you mean
Yeah.
climb a tree every night?
We can't hear you, user, pretty much at all.
Ah,
User's
sorry.
voice.
Yeah. We are not savages. We have houses.
Oh, so you don't live in a forest? You have cities and stuff, right? Not just a forest.
Yeah, the cities are within the forest.
Oh, that's interesting.
But even that is telling too much. More.
Oh, right, of course.
Uh,
Maybe next time.
Tiabara is trying to steer the conversation away from the islands and asks about where are we heading and what we are doing with the refugees.
Didn't we kind of promise them to lead them to the forest camp north
Yeah,
from
true.
here?
Whatever
Yeah,
his
but I
name
think
was.
that's kind of the only plan we have currently, at
So
least.
we lead them there, and then what?
Well, I'm kind of trying to find them a place. All that food stuffing in Morgan's face, he's kind of having tough time talking between eating. I'm looking to give them some kind of a place to stay or place to call home. Even for now. So they manage in some camp. I think we can leave them there.
Well, that's certainly a noble cause. I think we could, of course, help you with that. Where we are going from there, or do we just think about when we get there?
I have some plans, but they are not probably proper to speak over dinner.
Oh my.
Okay.
Getting real scared. Anyway, I would like to check the city archives or library here. I'm interested
thinking-
about the elves that came.
Yeah, I was
came
thinking about the
before
same
us.
thing.
So after the meal, maybe, Chia, should we look around?
What's the time at the moment?
I believe you arrived here about midday, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you have been here bathing, except for shopping. It's around 6 p.m. in the evening.
Tavi, I think your mic is
Oh, yes,
muted.
yes. It's around 6 p.m. You were shopping and bathing here for 6 hours-ish.
It's a long bath.
Yeah.
And I.
It's a quiet.
Maybe we should do that tomorrow. You know how long the archives and library is open?
I have no idea, but I'm not gonna spend all my night here. I want to take a walk.
Yes, I agree. If we leave immediately, I guess we could probably make it, but we also could go tomorrow. I'm kind of tired.
Well, I have to give the performance I promised, so
And you better do good.
I'll try.
Yes, I think Kamos is expected probably to go there right after this meal.
Well, I have to get my costume and so on from upstairs first.
Do you need something for the performance?
Not really. If it's go bad, give some distraction so I can flee. I say this half jokingly and half serious.
If everything goes south,
Do you have even
bail me out.
So what kind of a performance can we expect?
Well, he asked for adventures, and what have we been doing for last few weeks?
are you doing like reading or poetry or something? Or is it a musical performance?
Could you please repeat that?
Hmm?
Could you please repeat that because I was distracted?
Is it like a story reading, a poem reading, or a music stuff, or what kind of performance is it?
It's mostly storytelling and poems. Maybe music if I get inspired enough, and if they want it. I have to read the
A
audience.
musical version of our adventures.
I think I need some actors for that one. Or puppets.
Okay.
I take my notebook and make notes for this.
I need to make some puppets.
Command person, puppets, musical. I mumble to myself.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
Or you'll see. Because I will be the one performing.
So Tar, what are we gonna do? Do we go to the library archives now, or do we watch Garland's performance? Sort of interested.
Well, I have no idea when Camus is going to perform because I don't see any other people here.
Is he necessarily performing here?
He is supposed to perform here, in the inn. Right?
Well, that's at least what I said. Or meant. But...
Yeah. But I want to see if the archives are still open. If not, I'll go there in the morning. I need to take a stroll anyway. I'm kind of curious what kind of city this Europe is.
I'm coming with to the archives.
You should ask when your performing time is.
Excuse me.
Oh yes.
What time do you need me to perform?
Around 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Don't be late.
Of course.
Here.
That was my next question.
I know. So you have around 3 hours.
Walk around the town.
Yeah, we could do that.
Great.
Yep. Morgan also leaves with the
I
others.
think I'll stay at the inn to rehearse
Okay.
in my room.
Okay.
I go and also take some of my adventuring gear on me
Okay.
when I'm walking.
Yep. You
So-
grab the stuff. Okay. So you all head.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You all head out.
And he takes the staff with him. And as he comes out, he asks the familiar to circle sort of above him, high in the sky, and to tell him that if it sees what could be a library. It should tell me that. I'm not sure. Do owls have concept of libraries? Of how smart is the thing? So that's the question.
Yeah, it's not too smart. It can take some simple questions, like commands, but not really find me a library or
Yeah.
so.
But
Can't you see like through
yeah,
the
yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
familiar's eyes?
Yeah, I can use my action to see what it sees and hear what it hears. And I lose my own sight and hearing for the duration I use the familiar's sight and hearing.
Yep.
Yeah, I would do that actually. As it's like circling above me, I temporarily transfer my senses to the owl and look for something that could be a library.
Okay.
Like
For a moment, you all see who's with. Well, you three. You see that Diab's eyes, they go all around back, and just white, just standing there, motionless. And Diab, you see that your gaze just quickly transfers into the owl's eye view. It's not as clear vision as you expected it to be. It has some kind of a fogginess going on, and you're not too used into the this creature's eyesight. It differs a bit from your kind of a keen sight. It's sharp though.
Did you mention that to us what you are doing?
No. And actually, the owl has a better dark vision than I have.
Yeah. It's not dark yet though.
Yeah. Its vision is better than mine.
Yeah, please, if you are trying to find a library, draw perception.
Okay.
With advantage because you are high in the air.
And do I use my bonus for the...
You would be using yours because you are controlling the beast.
Yeah. Me. That is I think it's 20, but it's 19 or 20. It depends when my D&D beyond loads.
Okay, great. You're able to see various buildings, some higher, some shorter. Something what looks somewhat a town hall, just close to the waterline. Just in center of the city there's something circular, 4 stores. It could be a library.
Yeah, and I end let's say the sense linking with the owl, turn back to my own senses, and yeah, I think I saw something that could be a library, right? And I start walking in that direction.
Great.
How long did that take?
It specifies it's an action, but
Yeah, you can
I think it.
start and stop
I'm
it.
searching for it.
Yeah, you can start and stop it as you will, so
Yeah,
it only
It took
took
how
under
long?
10 seconds, yeah.
10 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe I didn't notice.
I probably took so time that nobody know. How would you know that?
I just point to the owl in the sky. He helped me.
Morgan has really questioning facial expression.
Can you show me that questioning?
Like really dumbfound.
Yeah.
Why the weird face?
What does that even mean?
I call the owl back to my shoulder or arm or something. Yeah, he's my family, so I can share my sense with him, see what he sees, see what he hears.
So you're related to an owl.
And the all goes.
No, I'm not. It's just not
Not your family. What do you mean?
it's not an ordinary owl. I'm not even near. It's not even what you would call a bee. A creature of the forest.
Well, that can be handy.
Yeah.
Morgan's eyes are like plates, just staring to you and to the owl.
Oh, hops off from Deborah's hand and lands on Morgan's head.
Is it dangerous?
No. It cannot harm anyone.
Ooh, it pecks once on your head.
Unless you are a mouse or a rat. Are you a rat?
No. What kind of a question is that?
But we are probably causing a bit of a scene here. So I command the owl back to the sky and heading towards what I thought was a library.
Is there notice board?
Scary owl.
Are there? No, not at this part of the centrum. You may have noticed something at the outer skirts when you came here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's okay.
yeah, you get to the library.
It's the they presume it's a library. Is there a sign or something?
Yep, it's a library. It's a kind of a circular building. As I told, 4 stores-ish. At least there are 4 kind of window layers. It's all the way from the bottom. The windows seem to actually circle a stair by stair upwards. And you can see some books from the outside.
Does the place seem to be open?
It does. People are coming in and going out.
Morgan whispers to Tiab. No talk about magic this time.
Yeah. Learned my lesson. I learned my lesson last.
Good.
And there were dogs walking in.
Okay.
Morgan follows.
As I go in, I check the roof. I don't know the ceiling.
Ceiling. You get in. The building itself, it's 50 feet or so deep from the building entrance, but it goes almost 100 feet high, and as said, there's a kind of a narrow walking path through all the way to the kind of a topmost layer. It circles around the building, and you have to walk all the way through, circling up to its top. And the ceiling itself, it's a glass ceiling, letting as much as possible light into the building. It's just a glassy structure. There are people coming and going. Most of them are kind of just reading books and just blurring them through.
Yeah, Zebra just start browsing the shelves sort of randomly, looking at what kind of books there are.
There are many. In total, the library would have, what would I say, from 50,000 to 100,000 books, separate books. It's big. You go through, they pretty much are in A, B, C, D. Kind
Alphabetical order.
Yeah.
So no like section, like no history of Kalutran Empire section.
From what you can recall, no, you can see clearly that there are books, or above the bookshelves there are like A, B, C, D, like going all the way down to the Z.
What's this?
I like to check C and D, E and G.
Okay, you have to go pretty much all the way up. You do so. You check C first.
Yo, yes.
Investigation, please. What are you trying to find?
Calamity.
Calamity.
Fuck with these dice. 2.
2.
No, 4. 4 actually.
Yep. Pretty much nothing about the exact subject.
D. Disaster.
Disaster.
Another roll.
Another, yes, every section roll a new one.
10.
10. Let me see. Disaster?
Yes.
Just a moment. Okay. There's a book. It doesn't literally say disaster on it, but you find a kind of an interesting subject about timeline, time progress, how's it been going on in this continent you are. There's a book kind of mentioning few parties arguing and fighting, and there was a kind of a forgotten hope that somehow came true. And the fight stopped.
The fun stuff.
Yeah. What else?
G. Great weapon. Oh, go fuck yourself. 7.
7, nothing.
And E. Elves. Yeah. I'm not rolling today.
Is it 1?
No, it was 3.
4. So 4.
Yeah.
Great, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done.
Yep, You can only find
Jump down and kill myself.
you can only find the book about telling the somewhat a timeline about. Can't recall which timeline. Is it from hundreds of years or was it last week or whatever? But
Tomorrow.
yeah, something about a hope coming true.
Not interested.
Diabral checks E for Elvis.
Do so.
Do I get an advantage since I'm a sage?
You should.
Let
You
me
have probably
check.
read some. What? Look for.
Because you know
How to read.
No, no, no.
I know how to book.
Yeah.
Which one is your specialty?
What do you mean?
Researcher.
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 I am a researcher. This is important.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that yeah, you would. It's not officially in the like description, but that's quite specific, so I'll allow it.
Yeah, so E for Elvis. And it's what check is it? It's investigation.
Yep.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
No, actually, it's 12.
12. Nothing specific about
Yeah, we
elves.
are not meant to find them.
D for Deathless.
Okay.
20.
Okay. That's interesting. You find a book that it directly doesn't say Deathless on it, but there's a book called Distant Islands, and there's specifications describing the your island where you are coming from are pretty exact hit. So far off to the northeast, somewhere beyond the Black Sea, there's an island where one race, specific race of elves, are living on.
Okay. Yeah, and then a cheeky peek M for magic. A quick peek.
Sneaky.
Yeah, and that's a 20 again.
20.
Yep.
A sneaky peek. Please throw stealth.
No, that was a way of saying it, but I can throw some stealth. But cheeky, not sneaky.
Cheeky peek.
Cheeky.
Cheeky peek.
Cheeky pretty.
So okay, no stealth, then you are looking into it. Great. Alrighty, so you find a book about magic.
What does the
Ooh, okay.
what does the book say?
The book,
Yeah, but
you take the book. It has golden emblem on it. It's just an M, and the book pages are empty. Totally empty. There's no description in the back. There's no, there are no chapters anywhere. There's no listing of the context of the book. Nothing.
And Diabra just frowns and the fuck, and puts it back. Did the M look like this? Fuck.
We can't see. No, we can't see.
still
Oh
not
yeah. Oh.
Not a
Not,
sponsor.
not specifically, but
When you open the book, you hear.
I'm loving.
and our audio sound is bad.
Yeah, and I think that's. I think actually. I don't know. Nothing else.
Okay. great.
That's what I mean.
Do you grab the book about the distant islands with you?
Man just leafed through it. I think like. Did it have like more specifics?
No, not really.
And I think I don't. If there's something more specific, I just leave it in the shelf.
Great.
Oh, one more thing I want to check. Moment, let's check. Actual name. If I find it. If Morgan wants to check something, do it now, so you don't have to wait for me.
Morgan looks A, H, and K.
A, H, and
A
K.
for Amanita.
There are plenty books about Amanita, the great Amanita, the
Queen.
let's see. Are you
5.
looking for into something specific? Because there are quite a lot.
I'm looking for something that would not be like, well, something that looks like has actually some information and not just propaganda. or so.
Investigation, please.
I already threw 5.
No. Not really.
Then I'll go to K
Yeah.
and look for Calutron.
Yeah.
Maybe Calutron history or Calutron something. There seems to be factions in the Calutron Empire. Maybe if I can find something about that.
Faction of what?
There seems to be factions since there's at least different kinds of these emblems.
Yeah.
So kind of anything I can find out. 17.
17 about Calitron.
Yep.
Yep. Let me check. There are quite a lot of reference to Amanita here, the great queen that has conquered many places already, despite the young age.
How young exactly? Say.
It's also kind of spoiled with like propaganda, hard to tell.
Okay.
You can look into the A section once more if you want to
Most definitely. What can I find about Amanita?
Amanita, it's herself, sorry. Inspection. Investigation.
Natural 1.
Nada.
Well, then I had H for history.
Yep. What kind of history? There's a lot. The H section is pretty much the largest.
Well, I don't. It seems like I don't know much about any kind of history. Is there anything interesting, like specifically interesting? I'm probably going just through the names of the books. I'm not even opening them since there is so many. Just looking of the back of the book or checking the cover out.
Okay. There are some interesting pieces you probably haven't ever seen. Maybe. There's a book called Disrain, History of Disrain. Disrain being the continent you currently reside on.
Has my family, etc., been calling it that?
Disrain,
Yep.
yes.
So what does it say? I'm leafing through it. I wanna just like what has happened in the words of Luke during the past 10 million years.
That's quite specific.
What is the information in the like header state of things?
Headers pretty much the old rulers of the Disrain continent, the current rulers, the great fights that's been going on here in the last 50 or so years. The book's quite recent, probably not dating to too many years ago.
Well, this seems interesting. I'll kind of trap it in my hand and go leaf it some more. Read it some more while maybe Tiap wants to do something.
Yeah, I would like to check R for Ruorathwanna, deity.
R, okay.
Yeah, R. Ruorathwanna. And that's a 21 if I'm correct. Yes, 21.
There is a book. The book's called Ruorathwanna, and there's a silver lining, kind of a fine description. Star of the Arcane Forest. God of Arcane Magic.
Yeah, yeah, I will take the book from the shelf to look it more closely. But before I go read it, I would like to check V for visitor log or something similar, if it happens to be there.
At the book or in the book?
Quest book.
No, not there. I would like to look for a separate book that would be
downstairs,
log or something.
Downstairs there's a huge book that you have to kind of lift with your two arms to get it up. It's so heavy and big and wide.
Yeah.
It's gonna die.
Huh? And
if I saw it when coming in, I'm not gonna bother looking for it in the shelf. So I'm just gonna take the Ruorathwanna book and read through it.
Okay. So
I'm trying to check 3 more things.
Okay, so do you start reading it immediately?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go through now. You spend some time while others are investigating the library, and you have some time. The front page, the first page you get in front of you, you open the book. There's a large, kind of a almost whole page filling pine tree which has a white star behind it.
And I should probably know that that is the sign of Rorafanna.
Yeah, that's the sign of Rorafanna. And
Yeah.
you pretty much find the same information you have read on your island. Fine lady with white long hair, eyes shining blue, and a voice of a calm, slow, and a soothing woman.
Yeah, but there's nothing new for me in the book.
Not really. There's no
Okay.
kind of a history of what's been going on with her.
Yeah. Well, I'm just satisfied that Rorafanna is known outside our island, and I return the book to the shelf.
Okay. How about you were doing what?
A for Amanita, F for Vin,
Fien.
and T for Trina.
Okay.
All the three main rulers of this reign.
Okay.
But which one is which?
Amanita, this was south, so Sfinja, and that 9 is for Trina.
So 18 for
18, 10, and a natural 20 for Finn.
And plus one for each.
Yeah.
Okay, so
19, 10,
and 21. Okay, first Amanitha. Looking into it, you are able to see through all the propaganda and gather bits and pieces here and there, like some information is repeated so clearly that you are able to tell the facts from the not so really propaganda facts. Yeah. Drow of a kind. Currently ruler of the whole Calitron area. Comes with great power. Doesn't really describe that what kinds of power she wields, but she's harsh to their enemies personally. Great inventor, the great snowy queen, known for wearing pretty much always red lipstick and has enormously white teeth and pale white skin. Then Trinath was next, right? The wild chaos bringer, the ruler of northern and western Disrain, Trinath Guo, the great conqueror. Nothing more specific about him.
And the most from Finn.
The ruler of the southern Disrain, wielder of something called the Shard of the Black Sea.
Ruler of the south.
Yes. Nothing more specific about him. As if Amanitha has been tampering the library somewhat to promote herself.
Oh. And it was not 20. No. God damn you, cold bitch. I didn't say that out loud. I did not say that out loud.
Echoes through the library. No, JK.
Right, bro.
Yeah. So.
Is there mentioning anywhere about the shard of the Black Sea?
Nothing in the books. You spend your time looking into it. So, anyone else still doing anything? Or is that it?
I was looking for. I'm still reading the history of this rain book. I'm kind of trying to figure out who is leading maybe this area where we are at currently. Does Amanitha have any weaknesses that I could exploit? And maybe look for people who would like to kill Amanitha.
Double for weaknesses of Amanitha.
Yeah, if there is a section for that.
Yeah.
Probably it's not, but
I think it's under age how to kill
Yeah.
money.
yeah.
It's like biggest section out there. I mean, no way.
Well, if you said the age section is like the biggest of
Yeah.
them all.
Yeah. Well, pretty
How
much.
to kill a mockingbird? No.
Yeah,
How
no.
to kill a beggar? No. How to be a murderer? Hope? No. How to kill Amanita?
Yeah, exactly it. There's no book of a such that tells the weaknesses of Amanitha, but you are also able to gather the information about Trinoth and Fien.
So more information or about the same stuff that the others found.
About the same stuff.
And probably I mentioned that they are Amanitha's enemies.
Yeah. So
they do. The book.
can I gather that they are leading different factions, or are they factions of the Kalutran Empire?
No. They were the
Different.
three guys of this reign.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amanitha ruling the eastern this reign. Trinoth leading the northwest this reign, and Fien the southern.
So, do their factions have names?
Pretty much just the leaders' names.
Okay.
Except what you can find from Amanitha Keltron.
Yeah. Yep, I'm not looking. I think that's enough research for now, for me at least.
Great.
I'm taking the book back. Not taking.
Oh, sorry.
I have one. At least.
Great.
The most important one.
Looking
Yeah,
into
as Diablo also returns the book about Rorathana, he comes back to the table and should we check the log before we leave? I think I saw a huge book in the lobby.
Yeah, you did. What was your throw number when you were looking into R?
It was, I think, 20.
21 something.
21.
About one more.
Okay. With that number, I had a separate DC here, but there's also a book about Ribak that you are able to probably remember who that is from your island's books. The book itself telling about the god of war itself, the man in full black body armor with red silk finishing touches, and the emblem of him is a feet crushing a skull.
Okay.
That sounds like Morgran.
Except the feet crushing a skull and God of War part and
Yeah.
full
Yeah.
black body armor. But yeah,
Yeah.
Nothing like you. Don't even try.
yeah.
Well, a dwarf can dream.
Yeah, a dwarf country.
They can. So you get to the guest book.
Yep.
Okay. Looking into it. Are you searching for anything specific?
There was a date. Can you remember it?
It was
Your first date.
No, not that.
Deborah will be searching for like elven sounding names in general, but one thing he wants to search for is 1 or 6 and the name Ferais.
Terais.
Fera.
Terais.
Where was it? Where it's only other notes.
Oh no.
Okay, investigation.
With advantage or
For both.
but with advantage or without.
You would get it with a researcher.
Yeah. Okay. And that's a probably another 21. Yes.
21.
Yep.
What was the date in the previous
One.
library?
1 for
146.
146. Okay, there's a date from the same person 2 months later. So was it Ferais?
Ferais.
Ferais, yeah.
Ferais, I'm not quite sure. I have written down written it down as Ferais, but
Yeah, I need to look into my notes, but yeah.
Yeah.
Same person,
no,
2 months
yeah,
difference.
we know who we are talking about.
Yeah. Great. Anything else here?
Fera. Fera is. Yes. It is only notes. I found it.
Good.
Yay.
Goodio. So, that's it.
Are there any other elven sounding names?
No.
Okay.
So 2 months
Oh,
after
right.
the date we found in Fetch.
Yeah.
Morgran opens the book from the last page where there's writings and writes his name down.
Morcron Fireforge.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a visitor's log. You're not supposed to read it. Supposed to write your name in it.
Deborah looks at Tal and Ludwig.
I write down a name, but it's not tall. It's a short. It is a Tanil Alvadal. My alter ego from Vedre. He's now here in Europe.
Diabra just writes down his own name. Diabra. And if you're done with that, I think we are heading out.
Yes, I'm done.
Right. You all head out. You start to wander off to the Merry Rams inn where Kamos is practicing his, well, perform. I think we'll hear it soon enough.
If I see any my dwarven people, I will ask them to join us.
Yep,
Watch
there are a
the
few. They look
Oh my.
they look quite careful around here. They are lurking around the corners of the buildings, like trying to pretty much stay out of sight, out of people's minds, and just trying to mind their own business. But yeah, you're able to gather a few. And you get to the inn, where some people have already been gathering here. There are 50 or so people listening to a performance, and there's a small stage set up in the corner. It's 3 layers of just marble stones pushed into the corner, where there's kind of a this deep, this wide performance area. You can pretty much just rotate around it, nothing big, but it's a corner position, and there are 50 plus these guys in front of you, and there are people sitting, standing, just curiously waiting to see what's happening. Well, they are dressed really fancily.
Well, you want adventure, so.
Yeah, they are eating some fruits with kind of a toothpicks, just picking them into their mouths, and drinking something fancy looking, as if it's champagne of some kind, or not really sure. You haven't ever seen anything this fancy. They're drinking out of crystal glasses. And
when we come in, Gabriel says to Tal and Morgan, should we get our stuff in case we need to leave?
Evac.
so are you planning for escape?
You might be onto something there.
Gabriel certainly goes into his room and prepares his stuff so it's ready to leave quickly if needed.
Morgan does the same. And I check if I can open, if there's a window in my room, I can make a hasty escape.
There are a few windows. And yeah, what specifically were you looking for?
I don't know, I'm not looking for anything, I'm just getting my stuff ready.
Okay.
So it's already packed in case we need to leave quickly.
Yeah, kinda like worst case situation, grab your backpack, jump out of the window.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
And then I'm going downstairs to enjoy the show.
Awesome. The lights start to dim a bit. There are 4 candles put in front of the marble stones. They are kind of like chandeliers, just lighting your face and yourself. and the crowd goes pretty much silent, and everyone just eagerly waiting what's going on.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of all kind. Today I shall be telling you about great adventures, a little bit of love and loss.
People gasp.
I start the performance by telling some stories my grandpa used to tell me about his adventures, but as my own, of course. And all the time I'm having my drum tapping, and when it gets exciting, the drumming goes faster and so on.
Do we have an example?
Morgran has been missing your stories. It has been
Yeah,
quite
I'm going to tell some stories, but I start with those. I tell a...
It seems like Morgran has already forgot those stories and is like cheering every time in the right place. Most of the time.
You know those like clicking drums of the Japanese storytelling then?
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Yeah.
In a great adventure.
Some time ago, when I was traveling, happened the thing most baffling. Robbers came and stole my loot. Oddly though, it was their only loot. I tracked down the culprits, so I could shred them to strips. And with the flash of my steel, my enemies started to flee.
The crowd gasps.
I caught one and started to inquire. Why was my instrument something they wanted to acquire? He said it was a task from man most mysterious. This new knowledge made me even more curious. Sadly, my dearest loot is still lost, but I shall get it back, whatever the cost.
Few
Any
people
other
cheer.
instrument can be a substitute. I look at my drum. Such is the value of the loot.
Oh.
More! Tell us more! What happened?
Amazing!
This
You showed them
I must
Yeah.
the bandit.
please.
Yeah, Deborah is just mystified in the corner, like,
And
what on earth is going on?
people are telling you, Morgran, to shut the fuck up and kind of looking at you angrily.
Don't interrupt the show!
I must warn you all that the next one is not the faint of heart. It's quite grim, sad, and cruel. The little boy Thanos was once disarmed. In the process he was gravely harmed. The only clue of his whereabouts was his hand, which in the soil did stand. The clue was quite handy, but oh no, the boy wasn't fine and dandy. The town hired a search party in hope to find the boy hale and hearty. The party followed the tracks to an isle. The atmosphere was most wild. The hero started to frown as the little boy's head came falling down. As lightning flashed and struck,
Morgran
they
is not
realized
laughing actually.
all the spider folk. They swiftly slayed the beast, but alas, they had already ended their feast. On this grimful date, the party was too late. The spiders just tore and ate. Such was little Thanos' fate.
People, like, few are sobbing and few are crying, and people just...
And as it happened, You hear some sounds from Diabra and Morgan's table. You can like hear.
And as everyone wants to be an adventurer, I have a great advice for you all. Hello, adventurer. Need gear for your quest? Never fear. Seek for Michael Kest. Just take your horse and gallop. Go and travel to the city of Yolop. Seek for seek for a store called Joyful Traveler, the best shop for any adventurer. They have anything you'll ever need. So go now, pick up the speed.
Oh my, really?
Few are just. And all the crowd starts to just cheer and woo! Yeah.
I like that one when you said,
Yeah.
give me a commercial. You have it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Great.
Aren't
Thank
you
you,
supposed
thank
to like inform the audience that there will be paid commercials?
No, this show was not sponsored by.
Marvelous. Okay. People cheer and they clearly loved your story. No need to draw performance.
Thank you.
It was quite nice. Okay, great. And well, they got what they came here for, and the owner of the inn just nudge at you and counts the money that he has been getting from this performance.
Diabra just pretty much says to himself, but doesn't he like say to anyone who speaks to them or doesn't the table that maybe we should put some trust in Kamos actually.
Just
I
maybe.
bow and thank the audience and sadly have to tell them that this was it for tonight's show.
And people go, oh, but they take it well and
Encore, encore, encore.
Go.
We want
We
more.
want more! We want more! We want more!
do you want to rally the people to?
No.
Tell us more about the Federer.
I the only one I have is that copyright one, so
Oh no,
so maybe not.
maybe not. Great,
Oh my.
that's it. Okay, people spend the night here. You all spend the night here, chatting with people from your various adventures, and as you were telling stories and legends and so on and so forth, the people seem to like you quite a lot. And the night passes. People are getting drunk, getting home. Just, do you want to sleep?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Sleepy time.
The night passes, you being not so sober probably. During the evening your heads may
I don't
ache.
drink alcohol.
Some of your heads ache. From the hangover.
I'm immune to poison, or I have at least resistance.
Doesn't apply for alcohol.
Alcohol poison.
Constitution could.
Yeah, you get drunk, but you don't get alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
So you can drink more.
Isn't that almost like hangover?
Almost.
No, it's not.
But yeah. Morning comes. And I want you. Where's my mouse? Give me my mouse. I want you, Morkran, to throw perception.
Oh my.
My passive is 15. Sorry, that salsa is kind of hot. 12.
12. Okay, passive was 15 anyways. Okay. Great. Night passes. Do you do anything specific? Except sleep?
Deborah commands the out to keep a lookout on the inn. With nothing else.
Okay.
Morgan just sleeps. If I notice something, I will react.
Oh
Yep.
shit.
If you do.
Before my
Nothing
rest,
seems to be going on.
I would like to sense my surroundings within a 1 mile. Do I sense a disturbance in planar, let's say, vibrations or something? I mean, I'm trying to detect portal if there is, or if there isn't, within 1 mile.
I'm just trying to sleep here.
What was the spell?
It's not a spell, it's just detect portal. Once per short rest, as an action, you detect the distance and direction of the closest planar portal within 1 mile of you. That it doesn't need to be specific planar portal, just a planar portal.
Okay. It's an action
Yep.
to cast it. Great. As you all go to sleep, Gamo's just enjoying
Afterglow.
the afterglow. The awesome performance. It went well.
Cigarette.
Diab also just meditating, right? You detecting. You tap into the kind of a portal finding GPS kind of a radar system for a while. How long does it last?
It's just only.
It's just for a brief moment. Kind of, is there any portals?
Yeah,
Do
it's
you-
like something like an. Let's imagine I have a bubble coming from me,
Yeah.
and it pings and gives me direction and distance within 1 mile, and that's it. That's all I know. Like a blip on a radar.
Yeah. Let me just see.
That's too many portals.
Only one. Yeah.
Great. So, you tap into the portal detection system thingy. Pretty much you just close your eyes and visualize for a moment all the environment just going on behind you. You have never grasped what it actually feels to detect a portal. This is just something you have been learning for a while, and you kind of tap into it for a brief moment. It takes a while, and you hear kind of a quick pain in your back, and it almost makes you gonna flinch just a moment, and it almost it feels as if something draws a line from your nose all the way to the back of your head.
Okay.
Again.
Why would you do that?
So,
But I feel something. And the direction is coming from my nose to back of my head.
to the left side.
Oh. So that's probably directions. But I have. Okay, that's interesting. For a brief moment of headache and confusion, I'll start meditating. A long rest.
Okay.
So that's 4 hours of meditation. Because I'm a freaking elm.
Great.
And I keep the direction at the back of my head.
Okay.
Not physically, but like, okay, that way something pinged.
Great. Morkran, as you are going to sleep, you close your eyes for a while. You're not too sure how many hours have you been sleeping. As something happens in your room. Cling! Cling, 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 cling. As if something metal was rolling on the floor or somewhere in the room. What do you do?
I try to smell if the air smells like a metal chain.
That's what.
Metal. Perception.
Ten.
No. Doesn't.
Then I'll raise up in a sitting position and try to look where that sound might come from.
Yeah. Looking into it a bit further, the sound cling, 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 cling. It goes on around in your backpack.
I remember the darned nights a while back, and I'll start yelling Tiab's name.
As you yell,
Are we in close rooms? Do I know it?
you are. There's someone next to you. Let's say Diab is there. There's one in front of you, next to your door, and then cross section. Someone.
So I know that Diab is next door.
Yeah.
I start banging the wall, Diab's room, and yelling at the wall. The chain witch is here again!
And
Come and help me!
as you
Send your owl!
as you try to bang the wall where you know behind the abyss, nothing comes out from the sound. As you yell, nothing just happens. You can't emit any sounds. But you hear the metal screeching in your back.
I will grab my battle axe and open my backpack.
as you do so, you reach into the bag. Everything you do here, you cannot make any sound. You are just rushing into it, and you put your hand into the bag, and it feels moist. It feels wet, as if there was something liquid-ish there.
I'll take my hand out of the backpack, but what do I see?
You see, you can't tell really in this total darkness pretty much you are in. You can't recall any colors, but the texture feels to be bloodish. Smells like blood, smelling into it.
I try to run to the door and open it.
Okay.
Please try.
As you run to the door and try to open it, nothing happens. It's as if it was just locked in space and time. You can't even budge it. You can't even make it move. It feels impossible. And as you do so, you can hear behind you, from the back, an arm raises to the ground. Second one.
I try to cut the arms with my battle axe.
Yeah, do so.
Stay down, you witch. I'm scared.
Takes you a moment.
17.
Takes you a moment to get there and find your axe. Yeah, you take a nice wing, hit, no sounds, nothing. You cut, but there's nothing happening. No need to draw any damage. So, slowly, some kind of a female looking creature just climbs away from the back, just gets on the floor, is kind of in sleeping position for a while, itches a few times, and just looks directly.
I'll try to yell at it.
Nothing comes out. There's a woman on the ground covered in blood, kind of hissing and smiling and looking into you. You can see a kind of a serpent tongue slither a few times from the mouth. Long, bloody, presumably bloody, black hair, and grinning with two long venom teeth at you.
Is there a chair or a table or something? There is something that I can throw at it. I will.
Yep, do so.
That's a big table right there.
It's a big table. No need for miniatures, probably now, I guess. Yeah, you lift the chair, throw it at it, and the chair just stops in the mid-air, as if time stops when it hit it.
I try to ask it nicely.
Nothing comes out from your mouth. The being kind of instantly flips on its belly and just goes into a crawling position. Starts to four on legs and hands crawl at you.
I will try to circle her and go to my backpack. And I'll try to find the chain.
Yeah. Investigation.
18.
You find the chain. It takes a while. You take no notice of the being behind you for a while. You find the chain. It's oddly, it's kind of a just direct line, as if it was welded
Rigid.
all the way, rigid, all the way together, and it hasn't the chain characteristics pretty much anymore. There's the middle piece that's golden, and it's rigid.
Can I open the window? I try to open the window.
You go to the window, you try to open, the creature still crawls behind you. You pretty much the same as with the door, doesn't open.
I'll try to use my force to do something with the chain.
Yeah, doesn't really do anything. As the creature slowly corners you,
I'll throw that chain at the creature.
catches it, and just flips it back to you. Corners you, and kind of a long black hair covering the face, looking down into you. You can see red, slivering eyes, kind of a glimmering some yellowish tint, looking both your eyes separately.
Kill them. Revenge.
I'm on that. What do you want from me, witch?
Kill them. Revenge.
Oh, who do you want me to kill? I'm going to destroy all of Calidron Empire.
Good. Do so and be rewarded.
The creature gets back, kind of goes in a backwards crawling position and crawls away from you, all the way into the back, pretty much the same way as he came from. Last hand, just disappearing.
Morgan looks at the chain in his hand and puts it on.
It's not rigid anymore.
Morgan's got a fun.
And goes back to sleep. Or at least tries to get some sleep.
Great. So nothing else about that then.
Yo, you got a serious stalker problem.
Yeah, it seems so.
Great. It's quite hard to get sleep for you.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not like in real life. I'm not going to sleep probably next night.
Good. You get to the bed. You can once again hear all the muffling that the bed makes. For a moment, you were kind of in total silence for a while, as if you were in some kind of a void. Just emptiness surrounding you, and feels nice to hear again.
Probably, yeah.
And the rest of the night passes. You wake up.
Put on some makeup.
Yes, you do. Just calms things. And, well,
We're gonna have to disguise it, so why not?
yeah, why not? It's a beautiful morning. sun shining through the kind of night curtains, and what do you do?
Breakfast. Morgan goes to have some breakfast. With even larger bags under his eyes than usually.
Yeah. You all do so, probably.
Yeah, Theodore had spent some of the time, extra time he had due to his meditation, he just linked his senses with his owl and had it flow around the city to look at stuff because he can. And he was thinking of a name for it, and we could probably come up with something soon.
Great. It's not who, is it?
No.
Herra.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Who. Okay, great. Night passes. You all eat a nice warm meal downstairs, and there's no one else besides you. Dinner's served though. So,
After I have eaten,
Theodore asked Morgan, how did much duration go?
They were 5 silver for 1 day worth of ration.
Okay. I guess we will need some more set out today. I'm almost all out of ration at the moment. And we might need some food for the cheese as well. Although we are in the forest, so probably Tall can catch some game, but
Tars got game in the forest.
just wait a minute, guys. I rise up from my chair and go to talk to the inn owner. So, did you like the show?
it was marvelous. And grabs a coin purse. It was marvelous for my...
How about that? Could we still negotiate my reward?
No.
Come on!
I mean, it was the reward, right? 2 gold pieces each of the price.
How about some food for our travel?
You can take the scraps. Do you want to throw persuasion into the
Yes,
into the
Discuss
19.
19? Yeah, let's continue. Let's continue.
I think we might need a little bit more than the scraps. Like 3 days worth of something like jerky or something small.
Tell you what, every time we come here, it's 2 golds.
Tell you what. I'll raise your glorious inn in other towns and cities I've traveled, so you get more customers.
Well, you gave a nice performance about the or advertise about my neighbor's shop here.
Indeed.
Take all the scraps, all the food you need for your travels. 2 gold every time you come here. That's it.
Sounds reasonable.
Great. So everyone just fulfill your rations. There are some tried rations. Pretty
Which
much.
amount,
Huh? Sorry.
which amount of rations?
Mm, two weeks of worth, like traveling.
Oh my.
Moist.
So it would be
14.
14 here. That's the clever amount to kind of carry if you are going on a longer trip.
Yeah. That's noise.
And you're welcome.
Thank you. Happy to trade with you. Shake,
Shaky, shaky.
shaky, shaky.
Shake on it.
Thank
The Emperor is
very
finishing
much.
his meal as Kamos is coming back to the table. And hearing the conversation, I have some newfound respect for you.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome.
So, that's food for our travel. Maybe something to spare to those dwarves also. Maybe.
Yes, I agree. I think we should go and find them and gather them.
Yeah.
I would. Chigabrar stays quiet for a moment, and you clearly see he is using his owl again, and he's trying to locate the dwarves. They're probably camped outside the town. Where are they?
They are inside.
They're inside the town, scattered, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I try to look for like whereabouts of them, so we can gather them up quickly.
Okay. Takes a while for the owl to get back to you. I mean, you can control the owl around the certain area, right?
Yeah, I can command it at will,
Yeah.
and I have a telepathical connection up to 100 feet.
Yeah. The owl describes you. There's a kind of a large group of dwarven people going to the northern part of the city together.
Yeah, and you see Diablo step back out of from the controlling the owl, and most of the dwarves seem to be in the north part. You probably head there first.
Pretty much where you came from, because the entrance was in the north.
Sounds good to me. I can come with.
Were your eyes open the whole time? Or did you close them while you were...
They're open, but they go wide.
Really? Okay. That freaked me out. And then you started talking about the owl.
I was quiet for a moment, my eyes rolled back, and when I came back to, I said that the dwarves are in the northern part of the town.
Okay. Should we try to find a caravan or something that goes to the northern camp and join them?
I think we have a caravan of our own, once with all the refugees.
True. But still, we
Well-
don't know what's in the forest.
Might be a good idea, as long as it's not a slave caravan.
Yeah. I look for a notice board.
Yeah. Takes a moment. Are you heading north while you're doing so?
Yep.
To
And
the city
we are
gates?
going probably with the up to look for the dwarves.
Yeah. Yeah. You all circle around the few blocks around the road to the city gates, which is at the north, of course. And it's quite early in the morning. Not many people have awakened yet. Streets are quite empty. Just at the gates, there is a notice board. Looking into it, reports from wanted people, missing persons, some simple tasks like looking for people to help with carrying some woods from the woods.
Woods from the
Woods from the woods and
the inn.
into the inn and such.
crazy tasks.
Yeah.
Is there any epic quests?
Yeah, one slaying dragons. Yeah. No.
Oh god. What about legendary ones?
We can take a common escort quest also.
Yeah. Dwarves to the camp.
But they don't pay us.
They pay us with credit.
Yep. Do you want to look further into the board, like look for anything really interesting, or?
Actually, yeah, I want to check if there is any warnings of the forest,
Okay.
and also if there is like quests for protection or information gathering.
Hmm. Investigation.
Oh dear. My investigations have been so great today. 11.
11. The most important or kind of a task what makes you curious is there's a now abandoned building that needs to be sounds getting off. Building that has been overtaken. Pretty much no more information, but there's some information that just clear it out and you get a house.
Neat.
In the city.
Nope. Deeper into the woods, like few kilometers.
You get a house.
If I'm at the notice board, I would like to look at the wanted posters if there are any familiar names.
Look into it.
16.
16.
That's good.
Great Kamos Urshon hasn't been yet.
Well, we are escapees from the mines also.
Hmm. Kind of a.
Yeah, but we have a deal with Ness.
That's true.
Yeah. Is there a name on the quest of the abandoned house?
There's just H.
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 Damn, Horatio! You're everywhere!
It could be Horatio.
Or Hefe.
Yeah.
Heikki. United never.
As you, Tal and Kamos are investigating the notice board, Diab and Morkran, you find the what looks to be rest of the dwarven people you came into the city with. They are a bit further from the gates. They really seem not to be eager to hang out with the guards here. There are 4 guards standing in front of the gates currently. Just not really minding you, as you cause no harm here.
So I guess we'll gather up the dwarves and Morgan goes to the board, noticing board, and ask there they found anything interesting.
Not really. Just a quest about clearing an abandoned house a few clicks to the north.
What's the reward?
The house.
How big of a house?
We don't
How
know-
many dwarves can we fit into the house?
How many wolves?
Dwarves.
Dwarves.
Wolves.
5 wolves.
He has quite thick accent because of the beard.
Yeah.
Oh, beard makes the accent.
Yeah. Because it muffles the voice.
Yeah.
Yes, that's actually the science behind it.
Yeah. The thicker your beard, the thicker your accent.
Don't go too thick.
Dummy thick. Okay. Please carry on.
I ask about the guards on the gate. Do they know anything about the house in the north?
Yep.
Forest.
They briefly explain that a smaller farmhouse, like, can fit in multiple persons. The story says that it's been overtaken by not really what or who they can't really describe. No one really knows, just people. Everyone who's been going there just disappears, pretty much. They have been trying to clear it, but the guards or the townsfolk are not too interested because it poses no threat to the city itself.
What do you think, Mogren, is the old farmhouse far enough from the city for the dwarves to start a new life there? If we clear it up.
I don't really know, but I guess that'd be way better than anything else that we currently have.
It might be kinda tight for this many dwarves, but it at least a start for them. They have a roof over their head for the night, and they can probably like build more houses around it.
But yeah, it sounds like a good idea to me.
What do we know about the camp in the forest?
You mean Camp Plain Forest?
Can Plain Forest.
Camp
Yes.
Plain Forest. Not much. Morcran would know that it's a common place to stop for a while to eat and drink and rest. Meanwhile, you are making your way up to the north to the city of Charn.
Do I know what the population consists of? An human settlement or a dwarven one?
At the
Or
camp.
yeah,
Back in the day, it was mainly taken care of by humans.
So basically an outpost of some kind.
Basically an outpost. Yeah.
Trading hub? Or just a stop?
go and see. Back in the day, a few years back, Morgan would know that kind of a trading.
What the guards know.
I share this information if we are talking openly
Yep,
about our options.
yep, and the guards pretty much confirm that it's still an outpost where people go in there, and sometimes it gets a bit wild. The parties are quite hard, and well, you know, traveling salespeople, they drink.
What was the place going forward from the camp place?
To the north, Charn.
Sure.
Charn.
Churn.
A.
So what's up
Charn.
there?
City of Charn.
Charn? What's up there? Is it the human settlement? Human city?
Are you still talking to the guards?
Yeah.
The guards look into each other. They're not the same persons you encountered last day. The great city.
Great city of Charn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you asking?
Just curious. We are planning our route. I don't know if we are going there, but we'll
Well,
see.
you can either leave by taking a ship coming from Charn to the south, but yeah, north's pretty much where you can go currently, because the south is limited to only successful tradesmen. You have the license given by Amanitha herself.
Now that I remember, I still have to go back to the store because of ordeal.
Yeah.
And I started heading back to this town.
Town.
City or town. Town.
Town. Okay.
Go
Yeah.
to the
Yeah. Do you continue the conversation with the guards before that?
I'm interested about the how long does it take to travel by foot through the forest? Or
Few clicks. Half a day.
to the camp?
It would take you around a week's worth of traveling
To the camp.
to the camp.
And there to Charn.
Another week.
Ooh.
2 weeks.
Yeah, so let's say that
Me-
we get the dwarves to the farm. Maybe they like to start a new life there and such.
I think we can get more rations on the camp, but
Yeah, but
Meanwhile, Morgan has gone to the dwarves to ask their opinion, and I have given them the two options kinda that we know of. One kinda hear out their opinions on it. So yeah, the camp or we could try to go and check out the house. We can do something about the situation there.
We have been traveling quite far already, considering our ages and our skills. We are not suited for traveling too far yet, so we'd rather stay nearby here to the city.
it works.
And I tell this to Tal if he's kinda looking around for an answer. Yeah, I guess we should go house, if that's okay with everybody.
Maybe we should check it first before we go in with a group.
Sounds good. We can set up camp a while from there.
Yeah, I should be able to get somewhat near to it and check it out with the help of him. If we are well outside the gate, I'll command the owl to come back to me, to my shoulder or something.
Just flies to your shoulder.
Him check farm out if he gets close. With him, we can check out the farm.
Yeah.
If we get close enough. At least the outside of it.
Tao turns to the guards and asks if we could leave these dwarven people here for half a day as we go and check the farm and we come and get them then.
Do they have any money? They look quite raggy and they're dwarven people.
Yes, they are dwarves. They are small, I know. And they don't have money.
That's not the point. We fought against them previously.
Yeah.
I think we should just take them with us. That's the best option. Was the farmhouse on the way to the camp? Or was it
Pretty much, yeah.
definitely?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. If you are going to that direction anyway,
Yeah.
no need to go back and forth.
Okay, we can decide that on the next game also. What was that what you want to do still?
Go back to the store because
He had the deal of the
I have
potion.
a deal.
Advertise the shop, get a potion.
Some potions.
A potion?
Potion. So, you make the deal and he's been getting quite a lot of customers today. Quite happily gives you the potion.
Thanks.
Happy.
No, thank you. And with that we are going to end today's game. Shopping, bathing, going through the library. Nothing interesting happening. I mean, but it was nice. It was nice.
It
Yeah.
could have been a great game without my freaking poor investigation checks. Like, how many times can you throw at number 2 on a 1 die? Let's say 4 times. 4 freaking times.
Or you could just throw 40s and 15s all day and have +6 in investigation and get 20s all day.
Or you could do that. Yeah, okay. Thank you again for following in today. Let's continue next Monday. I guess
In
we're
the
going
same
to...
channel, at the same time, at the same place.
With the same group.
Same guys.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
And thanks to me for subscribing.
Yeah. Thanks
Yes.
for subscribing. At least someone.
Shout out.
Yeah. But that's already a 4-month streak. Nice, man. Yeah.
So we have been partnered for 4 months now.
Yeah.
Because I subscribed the first thing we had.
Yeah. Yeah. Subscribe, follow, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your wives.
Tell everyone.
Who counts? Anyway, see ya next
Thank you.
It was awesome.
week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.